Hello, welcome to Thursday here at Crafters TV, which means one thing, doesn't it? It means Cartload, of course. It's going to be fast, it's going to be furious, it's going to be full of deals. Well, this one's going to be a little less fast. This is your saucisson, this is your amuse-bouche compared to what is going to be happening, which will be the main 2-hour Cartload later this evening. But it means that we've got the opportunity to go a little bit more in depth for some of the products, give you a heads up, give you a VIP preview. All the deals are live right now over on the website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. I know what you're thinking. Wow, you're looking so fetching in that apron. You can even get the apron in the show as well. Someone else is looking fetching in the apron is the lovely Leann Chivers. How are you?
Well, I'm feeling fine and floral today in my apron. I adore this. I think you and I think we could be on the catwalk in these, Joe. And I think all of those top models, they would be like, who are these new people in the game? And that Anna Wintour, or whatever her name is, she would be like, get them in vogue, because these are the best craft aprons in the business, are they not?
They're really
gorgeous,
are.
Aren't they?
They're just beautiful. Newton Akeless, next top model is what we're starting right here at Crafters TV. The apron's available right now. It was so busy yesterday. I know well over half the stock has gone. It's basically it was in the HSN preview a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, well, I think maybe we should. Can we have some, please? And then we've got all the stock that we can get as well. So when it's gone for a good while. I think it's going to take us a while to get these back in stock. So make sure you grab it. Over half the stock went yesterday. $19.99, $24.99. Leann, what are you excited about for this? Is this your first Cartload preview?
This is my first Cartload preview, so I'm just excited to be here and have the time to sit and craft without it being everybody shouting, look, move on, show them the next thing, show the next thing. We just can relax and have a look at some nice things. So my top tips, I think, Joe, the two things that I'm really looking forward to in this couple of hours. First of all, the nesting dies, because I'm going to show you, it's going to be like a little masterclass on nesting dies. Little masterclass, darling, on the different things you can do with those. Vintage lace, of course, always amazing. I'm really excited about that. I've got a couple of, shall I show you the sort of things we're going to be doing?
Let's have a look.
Why not? Look at that. So look, here's the vintage lace collection with that gorgeous butterfly. Everybody needs that in their lives, with them beautiful frames. We're going to have a look at how to make little shaped cards as well, which is fab. And of course, you've got the frames and those amazing butterflies. So that sort of thing with vintage lace. Nesting dies, we're going to look at how to make frames, so you can make your own little shaker cards. We're going to look at how to make it into an easel. We're going to look at how to actually nest as well. We're going to be looking at a triple easel card in this show. So we're going to have a right masterclass on those. And then we've got these amazing circle sentiments again, which are, I always say this whenever we've got these, my favourite way at the moment of adding a sentiment to a project, because it's just a little bit of something different. You've got the sentiment, you've got a little bit of stamping in there. So it could, it looks a lot better. But I've got a question for you, Joe.
Okay.
In that little opening there when you were saying hello to everybody, did you say it was a saucisson?
A saucisson, yeah.
Is it a saucisson, not a sausage?
That means it can be whatever you want it to be, Leann.
Does it?
Yeah, it does mean sausage.
I was thinking, why are we having a sausage this morning? I've got some sausage sandwiches on the way. That would be good.
Yeah, a saucisson means a sausage apparently, but I think, it's open to interpretation, isn't it?
Well, the only reason I know that it's a sausage is because of when I watched The Darling Buds of May all of those years ago, and they went to the French guest house, and all the Darling Buds of May children was chanting saucisson, because they wanted a French sausage for their breakfast. So there you go. I thought I'd share that with you this morning.
Does it mean small sausage?
I don't know. Well, wouldn't it be saucisson?
Petit saucisson.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, the main event will be coming up later. This is just us giving you that heads up. All the deals are live. We're not going to get anywhere near all the deals that are available. It will be much more fast and furious in the later show. So definitely shop ahead. Now, I want to share with you something very, very exciting. We had this on the show on Monday, and I know some of you missed out, so we've brought it back again for you. It is the foil press mystery bag. Now, there is so much value within here. I can't guarantee exactly what you'll get. What I can guarantee, though, is that everyone will get over £90 worth of value, or $90 worth of value. So you're going to get one of our big foil stamp background stamp dies. Now, these would be $24.99 on their own. So you think all you're doing is you're paying for this, you're paying for that background, you're getting the rest of the mystery bag completely free of charge. You're going to get some border and corner dies. This one is the Biarritz that we've got here. You're also going to get one of our gorgeous frame foil stamp dies. We're going to give you an embellishing foil stamp die. We're also going to give you one of our gorgeous sentiments as well. So this one is a Silent Night one, but they are all gorgeous. And we're also going to give you 2 rolls of foil as well included. Now obviously its contents may vary, but what I can guarantee is you'll definitely get £90 or $90 worth of value. So definitely grab those. They've been very, very busy already this morning before we have even come to air. So definitely grab those whilst we have them. Now up next, what should we go to next? Oh yes, the card making compendium. Now, I want to show you this because it is on an incredible... Is that really the price? Shut the front door, shut the back door, lower the blinds, fire up the smoke machine and put on your heels. £64.50 for the compendium. We lost our mind.
That is completely ridiculous. That is a fantastic price for all of the stuff that you've got in there. And you have got a phenomenal amount of really useful stuff in there. Can we afford? Because I actually see here this thing, head of product. This is when I start checking what they're all doing when I'm not looking, because you know, head of product development for the company. I know how much these things cost to make.
Yeah.
So have we lost the plot completely?
Well, giving it away almost.
I mean, we really are giving it away. So before they change their minds, I'd get it quick.
Absolutely.
To be honest. Yeah.
3,500 elements within this box. It is really quite spectacular. I was going to tell you that 10% of the stock had gone before the show. However, since we've been live, another 10% of the stock has gone. A fifth of the stock sold out and gone on this. If you want it, I would normally say with a lot of products that are very busy, don't worry, sit back, relax, watch the demonstrations, and then if things get to a point where I think it's going to sell out, I'll let you know. Whereas with this, I'd actually say if you want it at this price, get it in your basket, get it checked out, have a quick shop ahead in the next sort of 10-15 minutes on the website. But I don't know if that'll even last the first hour of this show, let alone make it to tonight's show. We're meant to be spending a few minutes on this at the end of this 2 hours to give you a little breakdown of what's in it. Don't know if that will be happening. Hearing already how many of you have jumped to the phones and to the website. Oh, now, the bright card and paper. We had this on last week. We launched it last week and it was very, very busy. And we've managed to get some stock back for you because we knew you loved it. Now, Sarah was saying she put this collection together because she wanted a paper and card collection that she could have used with the children. And exactly what you've got. If you love the big bold primaries. Now, I think Sarah stole a lot of my lemon last week in this pack, and she also stole some orange and a lot of the green, because there was definitely 10 sheets of green and now there's 4. So I definitely think she can tell that she's put this together and enjoyed using it. So you've got your cardstock, and then what you've got is your papers. Now you've got pearlescent paper, which is wonderful. Then you've got this stuff which is an uncoated smooth paper. Then we've got, moving on to these ones here, these ones are almost more like a sort of mulberry paper. They've got sort of organic, almost tissue-like quality to them. So there's a great array of colours in here, and you've got paper and card, which is fantastic. Now $5.99 to get you one of them. However, if you buy 2, get 2 of these in your basket, 2 for £10 or $16. Something else I need to tell you about. Do you want something for free? Who doesn't want something for free? Let's face it. Now, everyone that spends today over £30 or $30, you will get a free gift. We'll just send it to you. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to do anything. We'll just send you a gift completely free of charge because we're in a good mood today. And also, do you know why I think we might have done it? It is the lovely Sarah's birthday today as well. So maybe that's what it is. It's a present from her to you on her birthday. So make sure you get the cardstock. 25%, a quarter of the compendium's gone. We've lost 15% of the stock just in the first 10 minutes of the show. So be quick for that. Where are we going to go next? Vintage lace. Oh, we've got a fantastic deal for you on vintage lace. Now, you've got 2 different options when it comes to getting vintage lace. So you've got the frames, which is this one just here. So in here, you've got the Baroque frames. And you know what I say? If it ain't Baroque, don't fix it. Hey. No, not even a titter from Leanne this morning for that one.
Sorry.
And
concentrating, Joe.
We've also got Rococo frames as well. £20, $24, individually 45% off of that. which is fantastic. Now we also have the metal die collection, and it has one of your all-time favourite dies in it. The kaleidoscope of Schmetterling, or butterflies, is this die just here. Now this is great because what you've got is butterflies in 3 different sizes. You've got the wing is cut separately, so you can either lift the edge of the wing up, or what you can do is actually lift the outside edge up. It's completely up to you. Use them individually, layer them up on top of each other as well. It's a really versatile die. You're going to be able to do a lot with that. The next one we've got here is the Chantilly lace border, and again what you've got is that beautiful outside cutting edge. You've got the panel die there as well, and when you mat and layer that up you get something just truly beautiful. You've then got some foliage dies as well, so you've got the botanicals here. Now the thing is with, do you know what, in the flower forming, the foliage dies in the flower forming have sold out, but do you know what? Could you use these ones, Leanne, for
Absolutely.
flower forming?
Yes.
So if you've been waiting for the foliage dies to come in for a while, then this might be a great way to go instead. And then the next one we've got here is the vintage vines as well. Now, if you buy those 4 dies together, it costs you £30 or $35, which is fantastic value for money. However, what we can do is make that even better, because when you go for the complete collection, £50 is amazing. You think you're getting the frames, you're getting 1, 2, oh, do you know what? I've sold you short, you know. What am I like? Can we go back to the last one? Do you know what I didn't tell you about? I tried to sneak 2 dies off of you. I didn't tell you about the flower forming dies. You do, don't you? Yeah, you get 6 metal dies. I couldn't quite believe that for a second there. £30, so you get the flower forming, you get all of the vines, you get the Chantilly lace border, and you get the Schmetterling as well. £30. However, so that gets, the value's getting, see how this is getting better and better? They're going to take me off in a moment if the value keeps getting better as we go through the show. Now, if you go for the big collection, you're saving more than you're spending here, because you get all of that. We're also going to give you the satin ribbon, which is amazing. We're going to give you the rub-ons, which I know you guys absolutely love and adore, and we're going to give you the A4 luxury linen cardstock. Now, we brought this deal to you a couple of weeks ago, and it sold out in no time at all. So we've brought this one back as one of your most popular recent deals. So do grab that. Right, I'm going to go and also the compendium. 30% now of the stock of the compendium has sold out and gone. So please grab that nice and quickly. Right, I've done enough waffling. I'm going to hand you over to Leanne. I'm going to go and have a look at all of your lovely Facebook comments. So any questions you've got for Leanne while she's here, get them into me. But for now, here's Leanne.
I really adore the vintage lace collection. I think it is one of the best Sarah's signature ranges that have ever been created. I think it's the beautiful colours, but most importantly for me, it's all of those dye elements that you get in this collection, which allow you to use it with the vintage lace, but actually they're just really beautiful usable dyes to use across all of your other craft, not just in that particular style. Like those fabulous butterflies, like the frames, like the border, really the foliage in there, those flowers, good statement flowers that can be used with your foam or with your paper craft if you want to use it with your paper craft. So let's have a look at what we're going to do with this vintage lace collection. So you can see here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to use a collection of the different elements that you get in your vintage lace kit, and we're going to make this beautiful easel card. Can be done in these beautiful colours from vintage lace, but actually as we go through you'll see all of these different decorative elements in here will work in your other collections that you've got at home as well. So first things first, what I've done is get prepared, because you've seen us do it many times before. I've prepared a lovely just an easel card base, okay, at the right size, 5x7. And I've got a couple of pieces of decorative paper which we'll come back to in a minute. So the first thing I need is one of my lovely big frames cut out from this gorgeous Rococo frame collection. I really, really love these. And you've got a significant amount of dies in here. Don't underestimate how many different frames you've got. So you see you've got your lovely big frame, you've got your cut out piece here so you could have an aperture in the frame if you want, but then you've got another frame here and another decorative frame here, and then you've also got this little piece which fits in and allows you to do your little sentiment panels as well. So you've got an awful lot of different sizes and styles and designs just in that one collection, which is fabulous. So we're going to work with our junior to start with, because because we can, and because all of the dies fit through the junior, and because it's a little bit smaller, it whizzes through a little bit faster than the big one. So what I'm going to do is build up from the bottom of my sandwich. So I put my die on first, then I put my lovely piece of cardstock from that kit our Joe was telling you about on top. I put my shim on top of that, my magnetic on top of that, and then my final top plate, and always make sure to flip and rotate, keeps your plates nice and flat like mine are here, and then we're just going to pop it through the junior. Now this is a very detailed die, and what I haven't done is added in my metal shim. The quality of the die on the machine most likely means that I don't need my metal shim in here, but you have got your metal shim if you need it and if it doesn't cut. But actually I can see here from this, and look, I didn't even really have to poke out all the pieces. Look how beautiful this cutout is. It is fantastic, the amount of detail that you get in here. And then all I do is take my pokey tool and a couple of the little bits, and all that happens here is, it's not that these haven't cut. What happens with your little pieces, and you'll know if you're a regular professional die cut, you'll know this. The surrounding card, it's like your... You know, Joe, when you get pre-cut die cut decoupage and what have you, and you pop it out of the sheet, it's like the surrounding card just provides enough tension to hold on to the little piece in there. It's all cut out, but you just need to poke it away. Now, what I do at home when I've got somebody else to come and do the hoovering for me is I just flick it. I do that. And all the bits just fall out. So it saves me going around all of the little pieces with my pokey tool. So you can just give it a little flick and those pieces will come away. So I've done my first beautiful big frame, which you can see there, and I adore that. And then I've done the same with that set of dies, the ones that were the Rococo that we were doing there, and then I'm also using the Baroque. Now, the Baroque is look, this one. That's my very favourite, Joe. I love it. Do you know why? Do you know why? It reminds me of mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the... Now, let's ask everybody at home, Joe, with me and you in our aprons. Let's say, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all in their apron? Oh, wow. Oh, let's have a little bit of a competition going on. Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Julie's saying this is one of her favourite frames, the Baroque and Rococo frames. They are gorgeous, aren't they? And great for scrapbooking as well. We hear a lot, Leanne.
Really, absolutely perfect for scrapbooking, because to put these, it is like a mirror frame. So we're going to cut this out so you can see how easy it is, because I think it's lovely to see them, isn't it? And what colour am I going to have that in? I think I might have lost my piece of card that I was going to cut that out of. I'm finding it now. I'm doing that levitation dance, you know, the one that I do regular where I'm going, where's my piece of card, where's my piece of card? Because none of these fit, do they? Let's get it, levitation. Let's just do it in green, because I've got one pre-cut and then you'll be able to see what it's like, so it doesn't really matter.
So people are saying it's a tie, I'm afraid. Good morning. You both look fab. Both looking fabulous in the apron. It is a tie. Very, very not hurting anyone's feelings. So definitely taking that hashtag Be Kind message to heart in the comments, which we like to see. Oh no, apparently Leanne's the fairest according to Linda. Well.
Sorry, Joe. What does it say? Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, and also another vote.
Joe looks gorgeous in his. In fact, I was getting fan text messages from friends and colleagues saying how fabulous everybody thought Joe looked in his apron. I think
it's quite flattering.
It is very flattering.
And also because it's got the adjustable bit on the neck, you see, it's also good for the fuller bust.
It is.
Sarah was telling me.
It's very, and do you know though, it's funny that because that is exactly why I designed it in that way, and I know she won't mind me saying it, and I hope she won't mind me saying it because I've already started now. But it was for our Debbie Robinson, because I've said it, because when I first designed the apron, I said, "Hey Debbie, look at the apron, try it on," and she went, "Doesn't fit me, pet." And I was like, oh, right, yes, I need to accommodate that, Debbie. So that's why we got the big, lovely, expandable strap at the back, because then that does accommodate.
Even if you've got double Debbies, you can still wear this.
So then you've got the space in there where it's not pulling and it's nice and comfortable still. So the expandable neck strap was for our Debbie's benefit. This really long, lovely tie was for my benefit, because I don't like an apron that just ties at the back.
No, I like it at the front.
And loose and hangs. It's not. What do you think, Joe? It's not good enough, is it? I like to bring it round, and I like to get a good old keep it in place on there, which is why we had these. But I think probably, you know, they're features that everybody's going to love at home as well. And I think it's comfortable as well. Do you, Joe?
Oh, I really like it. I really love it. I think it's great. Bailey saying double Debbie's crying laughing face in the text message. Yes. The apron is available over on the website. Go check it out. A lot of people getting these frames as well. I think the frames are slightly more popular than the dies, but remember in the big collection you get all of it, which is important.
Yes, and the frames are, I think the lady who was saying about scrapbooking and what have you is absolutely right, because the frames are fantastic for anything. And actually, when you look at these two frames, these don't have to be in the vintage lace style. These could be done on craft card and grunged up with a darker ink. They could be done in black card and gilded. They can be done in your white cards for pastel. These are just going to work because there's nothing specific on here like a butterfly or a bell or anything. It's just a beautiful lacy design which is going to transcend, whatever that word is, be usable across all of your different collections. Okay, so these are glorious, and I think I've just spotted here. Now, I've just spotted here. Does that cut that out or does that cut that in? I'm going to try it. Oh no, that cuts that out. That cuts this one. Right, so if that cuts that, I'm just wondering how I could do a frame in here. And I think that cuts that out. So I'm just looking to see what we could do. And that cuts in, so it would be this little one here. Okay, I was just looking to see if we could make that into a little frame in there, but what you would do is you would do your nesting. So you would cut the next one out with your photograph, put this over your photograph, and then your photograph would go in there if you were doing it for a scrapbook. Does that make sense to everybody?
It does
so
indeed.
we can see how we could use that. Really lovely amount of dies in there and lots of versatility as well. So we've got that one done. Shall we start putting it together, and then we'll cut our little Chantilly lace border out as well, Joe. I love that. I always want to sing whenever I say that.
We have to pay, I'm afraid, if we sing.
Do we?
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
We don't want to pay. They'll take it out of our wages.
We couldn't afford it, Joe. We definitely don't want to do that.
No, let's not sing. Let's not subject everyone at home. I don't know about you, but I'm not a singer.
Oh my gosh, I'm terrible. I am.
It doesn't stop me.
No, I love
Especially
to do
on the karaoke. What's your karaoke song?
Oh, well, if I'm in a pair, if I'm with somebody else, Islands in the Stream.
Good choice.
If I'm on my own, I don't know if I dare admit. If I'm on my own, because I do have to do the actions as well, especially if I've had a couple of sherbets. Proud Mary.
Proud Mary, that's an energetic one.
Proud Mary.
Mine's got dance moves as well. Mine's Hey Big Spender by Shirley Bassey is my go-to
fantastic.
karaoke song.
Do you get the hair flicks in, Joe?
Yeah, all of it. There's props usually as well.
Props. Is there a feather boa?
No feather boa, but definitely a cork involved. And also it's only like 1 minute and 5 seconds long, so it's the perfect karaoke song.
Is it really? Is that all it is?
It's so short.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Maybe 1 minute 20. It's not very long at all.
Well, so you see, I should take your advice, because when I'm doing mine, I'm rolling for an awful long time, and then I'm exhausted by the end, and I can't breathe. I have to sit down for another half an hour. Dear me. Right, so I've got my little easel card base ready there. You can see I've used some of this pretty paper. You'll have pretty papers at home, or you might have got this pad earlier when we had it on. And I'm just going to be using my 3D glue gel and my frames to lay this up. So just before I start to do that, I think actually we'll have a look at how to cut the Chantilly lace border, and then we'll also have a look at cutting out some of those lovely butterflies, Joe, as well. Because I think it's nice for you to see how precise and easy these are to cut out. So I'm just looking for my little border.
Linda says frames are the best, so versatile. Cindy Sue also says just got lace and flower she's put form flower set, and now I can't say it because flower forming foam set. I struggle with that a lot. I know a lot of us do. A lot of you talking as well about what your karaoke song is. Shame you can't give us a rendition. It's not a shame, honestly. It involves a lot of, a couple of shandies first, let's say. Andrea's is Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Debbie's is Country Roads, which is fantastic.
Oh, I love that one.
Bailey says, I'm going to have a cup of Joe in my brand new Crafts Companion mug. It is fabulous. Now, I've heard this term before, a cup of Joe, but I don't know what it actually means. Is it a coffee? Oh, someone said it a few years ago to me, and I was like, I don't know what that means.
What's that? A
cup of Joe apparently means having a coffee.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Well, I've never heard that in all of my 21 years.
No, I hadn't heard it in my 21 years until last year. Shadai is saying, basket through. She's got these, very, very happy with them. And we both look great in the apron, thanks to the adjustable straps. Great design.
I think definitely get your apron. If you do nothing else today, get yourself an apron, because they're so fantastically thought through in terms of all of the things we've built in. I know we're saying about, you know, your double debbies and your long straps if you want to tie it in the middle, but actually you've got the little clips in there, you've got your microfiber cloth included, you've got really deep pockets to keep all of your crafty bits in there, and most importantly it's in this fantastic water resistant fabric, so if you do spill your sparkle inks or your aqua tint, or you splash yourself or you get glue on yourself, you just wipe it off. And we included a care label in this somewhere, so you can have a look at how to wash it. It's on the inside, it's in one of the pockets somewhere on the inside. I've found it before, I'll find it for you again. Tells you how to look after it. But actually on the reverse, nobody's shown you the reverse of the apron yet, have they? I'm going to turn mine inside out and show you. Look, now I've got to be careful with my microphone. Can you see inside here in your apron? And I think I'm going to try and turn it upside down so you can see it on the overhead camera. Can you see? It's got Crafter's Companion self-print on there. There you go. Joe will be able to show you better on his camera. He's got a better camera to show you. You've got a lovely Crafter's Companion self-print on there. That's a lovely water-resistant lining as well. So you've got a double layer, Joe, which means if you do spill, like your pick, because I'm really messy, your paints and your inks on yourself, it isn't going to go straight through that and into your clothes. It's going to be held and stopped so you can clean it all up. Protects your clothing underneath. Being really well thought through.
I wonder who designed it.
I have no idea. I mean, whoever it was,
whoever they were.
I mean, whoever it was, they're a genius, Joe. Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know who it was, but it is good. Right now, look at that. Do you see? I've just got to get another piece of card to show you. I took that out of my little salmon. I've just got to look, flick it. 2 pieces come out. That's how easy it is to get them out. Look how beautiful and intricate that lacy cut is there. It's gorgeous, isn't it? And that just went through the junior, fell out of the die. You've got this beautiful, lacy embellishment to use on your cards. It's absolutely glorious. And you can get that really effortlessly. You're seeing it just fall out of my die. That's the quality of the dies that we've got here. And actually, if you haven't invested in one of our Geminis or Juniors yet, that particular die goes through the mini, no problem at all. It's a lovely size to do that. So I've got my little what that is, lacy border, that's the word, and then I'm going to cut that again on a piece of white card to show you what I'm going to. I've got it being organised, I've got a bit to size. I want to show you that with something else later. Now I'm going to cut out a perfectly sized mat for that card to go with that border. And you see what I've done is take the detailed inside out, and I'm just cutting the outside frame, and that gives me the perfect size piece of card to be able to layer my border onto, so that when I put it on my pattern paper you can see it. So you see I've done it there again just with the frame, and it gives me, I mean, that on its own is a beautiful die. Look, I'm just going to bring that up so you can see. Can you see that there? Look at that lovely edge you get on there. That could just be a decorative piece itself, just using the outside frame. But what does happen is when you layer the two together, you can see all of that beautiful lacy detail, and you've got the perfect edged mat to go with your beautiful lace border. These dies are fantastic and so ridiculously beautiful and detailed and very, very usable. Okay, let's start putting it together. Should we have a look at how to cut a butterfly? Would you like to see those cut? Have we got time? Have we got, because normally I'm finding this leisurely pace of crafting quite difficult. Normally they've got their whip out and they're like, come on, hurry up, show them more, and I'm like, now I'm feeling like everything's at my leisure. I can do what I like.
Any questions that you've got about anything in this show, absolutely you can get them into us. We do have the luxury of spending a little bit more time on all these collections than we ordinarily would. Don't forget as well, the details on your screen are for the whole collection, which of course represents the best value for money, because what you're getting is you're getting your die collection included in here. So you've got your 6 metal dies, you're also getting your 2 frames, and when you do that you get the cardstock, you get the rub-ons, and you get the ribbons completely free of charge. So what you're going to get is, in your die collection, so you're going to get the vintage vines. You're also going to, sounds like you're smashing the place up over there. You're going to get the botanicals. You're also going to get the kaleidoscope of butterflies, which is one of the most popular dies we have here. And also, wrong way around, Joe. We're also going to give you the Chantilly lace border. So if you want to go for that collection, you can go for that separately, individually. However, the best value is going to come in a moment, because if you also go for the frames, so the Baroque frames, there's a lot of dies in here, a lot of different ways of putting these together, and the Rococo frames as well. So you can get both of those, £20, so 45% off there if you want to get it. But the best value becomes in the next bundle, because when you get everything together, we give you some even more freebies, some real juicy freebies as well. So you're going to get the A4 luxury linen cardstock, which is fantastic. You've also got as well the rub-ons, which are in here, and you've got the satin ribbon as well. It means you are saving more than you're spending, but already a lot of the stock has gone this morning. Already a lot of you have jumped to the website. And remember, if you want to watch and shop at the same time, you can do that over on the website, craftscompanion.com.co.uk or .eu. Keep getting any questions that you've got into us. I'll do my best to answer them as we go through this show. How are you getting on over there, Leanne?
I'm having a fantastic time over here, thank you, Joe. I just cut my butterfly out, and you might have heard me using a very technical approach to removing my butterfly from the die. And so if you just like to see how to now watch, because this takes years of practice, guys, really it does, and you need to hone it with lots of practicing. So you've got your die, and you see I'm looking here, how do I get this out? Trying, it's just putting the waste out, and I'm trying to get it out, and lots of tapping and what have you. This is what you do, as long as you don't mind the mess. And when you drop it down on itself, I know it flips over, what happens eventually, there it is there, it comes out, it lifts out for you, no problem at all, because what it does is kind of ping the card out of the die. And so there you go. Extremely technical, but it loosens it so that you don't rip any of those lovely little pieces. I mean, obviously don't fling it from 6 foot away. You're doing it from a few inches, so you're not going to throw it and bounce it off the wall across the room. But if you just do that and give it a little drop like that, it'll knock the butterfly out for you. That's just a little tip. Now, what I'm going to do to build my butterflies, I've cut several of these. You can see they're lovely. And then, because this butterfly comes with this gorgeous little filigree frame on the end, where you could stick that down and lift the wings up, you can keep that if you want, or you can snip it off. And for the butterfly that I'm going to build, I'm actually snipping that off. So I'm just bending it to the back, seeing where that is, and then just with my little scissors snipping that away, because I'm going to lay several of them up onto this card, which is why I've cut a few. And then it really does look like it's flying. So we're just snipping that away. We don't need it for this particular design. And the way we've designed it is so that when you do snip it away, you can't even see they were there in the first place. So you've just got that lovely butterfly left behind. So I'm going to do that on these two, and then we're going to get finished making our card, I think. Is there anything else you'd like to see used from that collection, guys? Because actually I've got a nice piece of white card here, and that 3D embossing folder, because I thought you might like to see what that looks like, because do you know what? That embossing folder is immense. The quality of the embossing, that, Joe. Have you seen that embossed before?
Which one?
Is it in the kit?
I don't think so.
Oh, is it not?
No, I think that one might be coming up a little bit later.
Is it? I'm going to put it
so
here.
You'll need to tune in later for that.
Sorry. This is a vintage lace one. Is it not in the bundle?
Just later.
Is it late?
Sorry, later.
That was look what you could have won. Tune in later. Tune in tonight. Sorry. I'm terrible for giving things away. Nobody's seen that. Nobody heard that. Nothing to see or hear here. I didn't give anything away. Tune in tonight. Okay. Now let's put this whole thing together, because I've got all of my little pieces cut out. So I have used my all-purpose glue, and I've done my matting and layering on the top and bottom of my easel card there. And now I'm just going to start layering it up, and I'm going to do that with my 3D glue gel. And I'm going to do the inside of my card first, because when I start putting things on here, if I then have to move that over to do the inside of my card, I can knock things askew, awry, and I don't want to do that. So build the inside of your card first. So I'm just actually going to use a piece of foam tape for this stopper. At home, I don't use foam tape, I have to be honest. What I do like to use is 3D glue gel. I never think that, you know, like your foam tapes and your foam pads are strong enough or will last long enough. But for speed, that's what I'm going to do. And actually, what I am going to do as well is just insert, can you see I've got my little 1.5 inches iron there. I'm just going to pop that in here and pull it through. Oh, I'm going to try to anyway. There we go. Come on. Why is it not coming through? Oh, maybe I need a new, oh no, it's got, no, I need a new thing. I think the thing's run out. I think I've only got that 2 inches on it. So we're going to do it on my hand instead. So if you haven't got your Xyron, here's a way that I think you can get your tacky glue onto your thing. Now you can do it on your hand or you can do it on your craft mat, and then you just tap your lacy thing on that spread of tacky glue to pick it up. And it can be on your die cut or on your craft desk, on your craft mat, doesn't matter where. And then once you've done that, you can pop that down, and if you clean your hands on your apron or on your microfiber cloth that comes with your apron, handy to have that there. Look, see, because it cleans everything up as you're going. And then you can put that down, that's glued in place really well. Okay, so that's nice for my stopper now. A couple of little bits of foam tape on the back to make that stopper. We're going to do that there and there. But as I've said, for me at home, I would always use my 3D glue gel, because when I give a card to somebody, I want it to last for a long time. I want them to be able to put it away and take it out and look at it and remember the time they received, a handmade card. So that's why I like things that don't come to pieces after time. Okay, so that's getting put there, because that's going to be my little stopper, and it's enough space with the foam tape on. And then I did a little stamp and sentiment there we go, so we can pop that on there, and that's going to go in the middle, sending you sunshine, laughter and hugs. And actually that sentiment's coming from one of the other kits that we've got later on in the show, Joe. Are we looking at our nature's garden today this morning? So this little sentiment came from that kit, so it shows how the two bits can work together if you want. So now that I've got the inside done, I can start doing the outside. So first things first, that lovely big lilac frame that we cut, and we're going to use our 3D glue gel for this. So just a little bit, because I just want to elevate it a small amount. I don't want it to be really dimensional. And that goes there. And then we go with the next little frame I cut out. That was from was this Baroque or Rococo? I can never remember the names. I think that one is, I'm going to check. I've got them all here in a power step. I've got such a mess here. That one is Baroque. Yes, so this oval one's Baroque. So the rectangle must be Rococo. Pop that on there. I love the way that the pattern reflects itself, and so when you start building them up on each other, it looks absolutely gorgeous.
A lot of love for this demonstration in comments here. So lovely card, says Sandra. Shdia is commenting along here. Tammy's actually got my microfiber cloth back from Sarah yesterday. No, still no microfiber cloth. That's not coming back. Great tip there from Leanne. I think that was about the tacky glue. And Evelyn saying that she's seen Sarah do the same with the tacky glue. A lot of you talking about the fact that you've already gone for this collection this morning. I know a lot of you have been shopping ahead for this one. So yes, a lot of love for it in the comments, as we knew there would be. It's one of the most popular collections that we bring, really, isn't it? It's
gorgeous, isn't it? And I think it's because, the colour palette's beautiful, if you ever went with a colour palette with it. But more than the colour palette, I think it's just all of the elements, Joe. For all we've called it vintage lace, it really doesn't just have to be vintage lace, it can be anything. I think it's just the design elements which are gorgeous on here, and I think everybody at home can see how they would use them in so many different ways for so many different projects. You can just see the value in it, really, because you're clever crafters and you know you're going to be able to use them all over the place. Now I've made 5 butterflies in that lovely card, and what I want to do is just take a little bit of my this is my Harmony ink, and I've got green topaz here because it's a similar colour, And then all I'm going to do is just give a little bit of extra oomph to the woomp's the technical term, to the edge of my butterfly. So you see, that just makes them pop out a little bit more, gives them a bit more dimension, and I love to do that. So if you've just cut your butterflies out from a standard colour of card, then what you can do is take one of your little tools, and I know we've had these ink pads on a couple of times for you this week and last week, these Harmony. So if you got those, or if you didn't, go and get them because they're great. You can use them just to edge up your butterflies over the top of your pretty cardstocks here, and you can see it really just adds a little bit of extra interest and, you know, texture and dimension, and looks like you've put a little bit of effort in, and it's not really effort at all because you're just dabbing some ink on the edges, but it does make them pop. It does make them really come out from the card when you do that. And actually for this top one, you see I'm being a little bit more intense with the colour even. So on each layer of the butterfly, I've gone a little more intense with the colour so that it ombres through the layers. You can see from the light all the way up to the darker on the edge there. And so then when you're looking at the butterfly in profile, when we build it up on here, you'll see how that ombre presents itself. Okay, so that's what I've done with my 5 little butterflies. Now, because I've got my apron and I've got my microfiber cloth, what I can do here, because I need to clean up, and it's attached. I mean, how fantastic, sorted. You know, you don't even need to move. You don't need to be using loads of baby wipes anymore. You just have your little microfiber cloth attached, and you've got your hook here, and I'm just going to show you here, and your hook here. So whether you're left-handed or right-handed, you just hook your microfiber cloth on the side that's most comfortable for you, and it's just then you can clean up as you go along. It's amazing. Right, so we're going to build up the butterflies. So I'll start with the lowest one, and what I like to do is just give my little wings a bend before I start, because I'm giving them an idea of where they need to go. So you see, I bend them into each other on the body, and then I curve the wing over my fingers. So you can see there that that's now got a lovely butterfly shape to it. And I do that with each next layer as I move on. So here's the next layer. That's getting the wings bent, and then curve them over your fingers, and it just gives it more of a natural butterfly shape. I'm then going to use my tacky glue, and I'm putting a little dab of tacky glue in the bottom layer, and then the second layer goes on, gets stuck in place. Just line up these little antlers. There we go, that's the second layer. You do need to give this some little time to dry as you're going along, so keep nipping it. And then I'll get the next one. And actually with tacky glue, I just want to also explain this to you guys. You would be forgiven for thinking you needed to put a big blob on like this and then put your butterfly straight on top. Actually, if you just take that off and you've got a little bit on there, it grabs and glues more efficiently with a fine layer than it does a big blob. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's because it gets kind of like the tacky skin on it more quickly. And it really does work. So less is always more. And I'm just going to keep doing that with these 5 layers, Joe.
Wonderful. That looks absolutely beautiful there. As you can see, loads of comments here still as well. Shaddai says Leann is the greatest with colouring scheming, which I have to agree. Shaddai says she writes it down when you put your colours together so she can come back to it later.
Thank you, darling. That's a gorgeous thing to say. I really appreciate that.
What we need to do as well, maybe not the show now for it, but Lynn Christine says she would love you at some point in the future to go through all the different ink pads and what they can all be used for. So that might be a great idea, maybe for one of our masterclasses, Leann. Maybe we could put a taster collection together of lots of different ink pads in a sort of, like an ink pad starter kit of a bit of everything.
Do you know what, Joe? I would love to do that. Let's get on to the powers that be and make it work, should we? Because I think that would be lovely for all of our fabulous crafters that join us. And I think you're right, Joe. I think being able to just get a little taster of everything, it'll get people started off and give them a little bit of confidence. I really like that idea a lot.
Fabulous. Right, someone write that down and we will get that going. Bailey says, yes, Joe, in capital, all capitals, loads of exclamation marks. I will see what we can do to get that organised for you. Very, very busy on this collection now. I know a lot of you love this. And also, I think what's so great about it, it's all of the things that you love. It's butterflies, it's lacy, it's floral. So it means that, you know, these are the kind of dyes, these are the kind of paper collections as well that you're going to get the most amount of craftability out of, because it's the stuff that we go to. I wouldn't say predictable, I think that's a really bad word, but you know when you're not sure what you're going to do, this will be a lot of people's fallback, won't it, Leanne? You'll always fall back to butterflies and lacy and floral and these lovely pastel colours.
Absolutely. Us crafters love a butterfly, and there's a rule that we all know in craft, which is if you make a mistake or if you've done something or if you've dropped something on a card, stick a butterfly on it. And it just makes everything look fabulous. But if you're going to stick a butterfly on it, stick a gorgeous butterfly on it. And look at this butterfly. That's my final layer. I'm just
have you layered that up with the same size die, that one?
Yes.
Could you use all different ones, all the different sizes together if you wanted to?
You could, Joe. You could stack them up and then you would get smaller wings as they come in. So you see, I've done my 5 layers there, and when I've nipped them in the centre and then I fan them out, and because I bent them all, look how glorious this looks. It's incredibly 3D, and that's going to make a beautiful statement in the middle of my card then. It looks like it's flying off the card. So this is what you're going to be able to do. It's not just about cutting one single butterfly and sticking it in the corner. I've lost my glue. I was doing the universal, where's my glue gone again? It's not just about cutting one butterfly and sticking it in the corner. It's about constructing new things from
a whole kaleidoscope of butterflies. Is it a collective noun? Is that the word?
It is the collective.
I'm terrible at English. I don't know how I managed to become a presenter, you know.
Well, do you know what? It's about your personality, Joe, and about how warm and friendly you are.
Oh, that's very nice.
I would say, and genuine as well. I think that's all those fabulous traits.
I'm blushing under all this makeup.
See, well, we love Joe, don't we? We all do. Right, I've got 3 little gems here. Have I still got plenty of time, guys? Oh,
no.
See, you told me I had all the time in the world, and I take all the time in the world. I've just put a couple of little gems in the centre there. And actually, I'm finished. So if I just pick that up and show you, and then turn it around, look, from all of the profiles with that beautiful collection, how gorgeous does that butterfly look? It's gorgeous, isn't it? So you can see, and I'll just move my glue. My glue was in the way. It was taken centre stage, the collal all purpose there. Cheeky thing. But it just looks lovely, doesn't it? With all those colours. And you can build that up with those dyes very, very simply and easily.
Absolutely gorgeous. Loads of you loving this in the comment. I was going to tell you 10% of the stock's gone here. More like 15% of the stock now. So, and we do have a really deep stock of this. But even that deep stock, just on this amuse-bouche of a cartload this morning, is already flying out the door. Now, what did I last tell you on the compendium? I told you a quarter of the stock had gone, didn't I? Ooh. Over half the stock of the compendium has sold out and gone. We've got to that point, as I thought we would, that basically there's so many of you now shopping with this, there's so many of you with this in your basket, that if everyone checked out at the same time, I don't know if there'd be much left at all. So if it's in your basket, I don't want you to get to the check out, and then there'd be an error code, and then you have to remove this from your basket in order to check out. So if you've decided you want it, and it's on an incredible price as well. I mean, I've sold this previously at $99.99. It was great value at that price. You've got over 3,500 elements in here. This is the box that's got the colour wheel in it. It's got your papers, your pattern papers, all of your gems. I believe you've got a mini scoreboard in here as well. There is so much value within here that at $99.99 it was amazing. I don't think we're going to get a chance to show you that at the end of this show. So do grab that whilst we've got it. Oh, the apron. Let's have a little chat of the apron. How much stock of the apron has gone? I believe it is over half the stock of the apron has gone. I don't know why I feel the need to twirl every time I wear the apron. I love this. I think it's fantastic. Producer Laura's asking for a catwalk strut. Hang on. I'll pretend that direct from Newton Aycliffe to...
Wow, that was fantastic.
I think it was it more Zoolander or Austin Powers? I'm not quite sure.
Do your blue steel. Do your blue steel.
What's the blue steel?
It's the look.
Oh yeah, the look. Hang on. If I crouch, hang on. I need to crouch down a bit. Here we go. Hang on.
Oh, I don't know if that was a grimace. Was that your best blue steel? Here's my blue steel.
Oh, hang on, let me try again.
Go on, try again, Joe.
Okay,
do your blue steel.
One more time, ready?
Oh, hello, nailed it. Nailed the blue steel. That was fantastic.
Now, if you want to go for the apron, absolutely you can. It is available right now. It was going to be exclusive to HSN, and I kicked off, to be quite honest, and I got some stock for you. However, if you want to grab it in the UK, it's exclusive to us here at Crafters TV, so make sure you grab it quickly, because once this stock is gone, it's definitely not going to last the end of the weekend, I don't think, and then it's going to take us ages to get it back, basically. So if you want it and you've made your mind up, grab it right now. I know a lot of you are commenting away on Facebook at the moment, which is fantastic. I'm going to go through all of your comments. I always see all of your comments, but if you want to watch and shop at the same time, then here's me to tell you how. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. I don't know who that Chancellor was. All the details there of how you can watch and shop at the same time. I need to come back. I need to give you some recaps on some stuff that's really busy. This is meant to be a preview of our later show, not you clean us out before or we manage to come back here at 7 o'clock this evening, or 2 o'clock, of course, if you are on the East Coast, 2 p.m. Linda says, smouldering, Joe. Thank you very much, Linda. Shadai's saying when she has to go back to work, she's very much going to miss us every single day. We'll still be here. You can always catch up if you're at work. That's a great point, actually. You know, all of our Crafters TV shows live on our website pretty much indefinitely. And although some of the deals are gone after 48 hours, all the inspiration, all the bants, as the kids might say, was still there. Saying bants has made me think about Leanne's beef ting. I'm sure she'll share that with us a little bit later in the show. You needed to have seen the show on, I think it was Monday. Tammy saying she loves a catwalk. Joe, love it, says Debbie as well. Christine saying we're making her smile this morning. That's what we are here to do. I told you half the stock of the compendium gone. 2/3 of the stock of the compendium is gone. Definitely not going to last until the end of the show. If you thought about this, and you know what, I think a lot of people will be coming out and getting another one of this at this price, because obviously there's a lot of consumable elements within here. A lot of you, I think, will be coming back and stocking up. It is very, very busy. Over 3,500 elements in there. Things like 48 papers, 72 coloured cards. You've got 48 card blanks in there as well. Transfers, embossing folders. You've actually got well over 20 metal dies. You've got almost 45 clear stamps. Even that's ribbons. You've got tools like a scoreboard and a punch, and you've got a colour wheel and a layout book. It's all in there for you. And also, I think that might be the last of the stock of that as well. So if you miss it, this is your last chance to get it, basically. Goo-goo! That's your last chance klaxon. I knew you'd recognise that after I did it the other day.
I mean, my flabber has never been as gasted.
Do you want to hear it again?
Oh, yes, please.
Goo-goo!
It felt like I was in a shipyard. It felt like I was there. I was in the shipyard. Amazing.
In the what yard?
Shipyard.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said something else then. Now, let me take you through the foil press mystery bag. Now, obviously, the contents may vary, but you'll get sort of one of each type of product that I'm showing you. And what I can guarantee is every single one of you will get at least £90 or $90 worth of value. So, this one here is the foil stamp background die. These dies, this size, are $24.99 on their own. Yeah, it's only £25 for the whole bag, I know. The value is off the chart with these. You're also then going to get one of our corners and borders. So this one here is the Biarritz. I'm not sure. You'll get one, but it'll be fabulous, whatever one you get. You'll get one of our frames as well, which are just beautiful. And foiling just give your project such a touch of luxury, which I love. You're going to get one of our sentiments as well. So this is a Silent Night sentiment that we've got here. You'll also get, I know, still going, one of our embellishing dies. And you'll also get 2 rolls of foil included in there as well. £25 for all of that. Do you know someone that's got a foil press? And I know we're only in April and I know it's a long way away. But I mean, pack it away for a Christmas present. Do you know someone that's got a birthday coming up that's got a Gemini foil press, one of your crafty friends? Maybe if you've got a birthday in the next year, or you're going to be celebrating Christmas, why not buy it for yourself? I think that's pretty much everyone. But if that's the logic that you need to grab a great deal, then I'm happy for you to use it. Grab that. Very, very busy on that. Oh, cardstock as well. We knew this would be busy. We had a lot of this, and I mean a lot. It basically was so busy in the show last week. We've bought as much stock as we possibly can back for you, but already it's very, very busy. Even on this amuse-bouche of a saucisson of a cartload, it is still flying out the door. You're actually going to get a bit more. Sarah stole a lot of my card last week, so you're going to get, I believe it is 30 sheets of the card. Is that right? 30 sheets of the cardstock, yes, and then 70 sheets of the papers as well. $5.99 is a great price for this. However, it is on a buy two for £10 or $12. So definitely stock up on that one whilst we've got it. It really is a good pop of summer. If it was an ice cream, I'd lick it. That's what it reminds me. It reminds me of a lovely ice lolly is what it looks like. So make sure you grab that. A lot of you going for that. Now, something else that we knew was going to be fabulous. We bought you a collection of the nested dies a long time ago. When I say a long time ago, I mean maybe 5 weeks ago as a Sarah special cartload, and it sold out so fast. And loads of you, I think it's Eleanor as well in the show today, said yes, they're back finally. I've been waiting for this. It's a slightly smaller collection than we brought to you before. However, the value is, I want to say, probably even better. You've got over £100 worth of product here for £40. And these are an essential. And so many people will have collected nesting dies for such a long time and will still not have a collection that is as comprehensive as the one that you're getting here. So this is what you're getting included. You're getting scalloped edge square. You're going to get scalloped edged oval in here as well. A lot of these have got 9, 8 or 10 dies within them. So it is a lot, and it means that you're going to be able to get really professional results. You've got the scalloped edge circle. You've also got the stitched edge square. You've then got the torn edged square. You have got the torn edge oval. There is the torn edge circle. And also the stitch edge circle. So you've got 8 here. That makes these £5 per die collection. That is absolutely unheard of value here with these. And there's so much that you can do with them. I think every crafty stash deserves to have these in them. And again, you are saving more than you're spending with these ones. Now, I know Leanne's got loads that she wants to show you. So I'm going to dive back into the comments and I'm going to hand you back to Leanne.
Nesting dies are so incredibly versatile. It really isn't just about matting and layering and framing a topper on a card. There are so many different things you can do, and they've told me I've got all of the time in the world to show you exactly what I and why I love a good set of nesting dies in my collection. So first things first, we're going to have a look at why nesting dies are loved around the world in craft. And I've got several bits ready. So you see, I've got my packet here, and then I've got all of my nesting dies. So I've already lifted them out because I'm going to show you, but you've got a ridiculous amount in here. So we've got the 4 that I've picked out, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different sizes of die in here. And the biggest one is fitting on a 5 5.5 by 5.5 size piece of card when we come to look at it. So I'm using that nest down from the largest 4 down, and then I've got these are the ones I could use, but I'm not going to for now. I'm going to do this on my Gemini plate so I can get as many layers through as possible in one go. So I've got my largest, I've got my next size down in another colour here, and I'm just wondering whether I'll be able to fit this one on. I might not be able to, or I might. Oh yes, maybe. Let's just see. If these all move around, it might go a bit Pete tongue. And we'll have to maybe revisit whether it can, but I'm just going to put them on. I'm going to tape them still as well so that they don't move around, and then I think this smaller one will fit here. Yes, it will. So you see, what I've been able to do is plan my matting and layering for a project onto my Gemini plate, and use all of my different colours of pieces of card and my nesting dies, and then all I'm going to do is just keep them still, so that when I pick it up and move it to the machine, it doesn't all flap around and move, because I just want them to be still. And also another reason for this is, which I think maybe a lot of you don't realise, is what you don't want is for your dies to cross over and cut over the top of each other in your machine, because that's how you damage your dies and damage the cutting edge. So not only is this about keeping it still so that it cuts where it should, but it also stops the dies from moving around and crossing each other over that's when you damage your dies. So it's twofold for doing that. So I've got them all facing down into my pieces of cardstock. I've got my shim, my magnet, and my top clear plate, and I'm going to pop that through my Gemini.
Loads of love for these, Leanne. Robin saying she loves the torn edge dies. Shadai saying she's got these through on her basket, which is fantastic. Bailey saying it's a great idea. And also Eleanor saying, I'm glad I'm going to be able to see how these can be used. Don't forget, you can come back and watch this back at any point as well. So you're going to be able to still come back and see this inspiration, which is fantastic. Do you know what? I don't think even in 2 hours, Leanne, we could show you all the things that these do, could we? Because it's just never ending.
It's never ending. The possibilities. I mean, even if you just get yourself onto the internet and do yourself a little search on how to use nesting dies, there are thousands of resources out there to show you loads of inspiration, with lots of fabulous crafters the world over, not just here at Crafters Companion, showing you why they love and how they use nesting dies. The inspiration is phenomenal, really it is, Joe, because they're so, if you're just starting out in craft, and it's funny actually, because there was a lady, I think it was on our Debbie Robinson's Facebook, or it was in a Crafters Companion group actually. She said, I'm brand new, I've been watching your shows, I've never crafted before, I need to get myself a basic kit, what should I get? And both Debbie and I went back to her and said, a set of nesting dies, a set of butterfly dies, a set of filigree frame dies, and an embossing folder, and then whatever images take your fancy. And if you think about it, that's everything we've had in this show today. We've had fabulous butterflies, we've had fabulous filigree frames, and we've got fabulous nesting dies. It's what you need, all of your essentials, to be able to give you the versatility to work with everything else you've got. So you see, I've cut my 4 frames out from my nesting set in 4 contrasting pieces of coloured card.
Is that the luxury cardstock that you're using there?
It is the luxury cardstock, yes. I'm using the mirror and the glitter.
Wonderful.
And now I'm just going to mat and lay these up, because that's what a joy of a nesting die is. It gives you that perfect increment down all of the different colourways, in all of the sizes, so that you can build up the perfect frame for whatever it is that you're going to put on your cardstock, and it comes down in the perfect size increment. So you see, all you would do, and I'm not going to because you can see that, but you would just glue them together, and then you've got somewhere to put your sentiment or your image, maybe your butterfly, whatever it is you want. So that's fantastic. The basic use, and that's what they were intended for.
Sonia says she loves hers for cutting a shaped base card. It works great. And also Nandia says she bought the whole lot of these when they were on before and loves them. They're so good and all the sets work so beautifully together, which is really important, isn't it? Because when things work together well, you get the most amount of use out of them, which is what we want you to get, essentially.
Absolutely, and what we're going to have a look at next is exactly how to cut a shaped card base from them. And I'm just going to grab my metal because I want to put my metal underneath and cut into it because I want to go through 2 layers of card in one pass. So I've got a half-fold card here. Now that first little die set that we looked at there, Joe, that was the scalloped edge circle. So that's your lovely scalloped edge that we looked at. This one that we're going to use next is our torn edge oval 2. So I've got my half-fold card just in white because, you know, we don't need to be using anything fancy, just so you can see how it goes together. And then I've got my largest torn edge oval die from that collection. That's the largest nesting die, and you can see with that large nesting die you've got the largest, which I'm using, but you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, is it 8 pieces? 10 pieces. We've got 10 layers in there. So this concept that I'm about to show you now could be done in 10 different sizes if you wanted to, which is also the brilliant thing about these die collections. So I've got my fold, my scored line on my left hand side here. I'm going to overlap that die just off the edge. So you can see that there, it's not quite on the edge. And then what I do is I tape it still with my tape from the metal onto the die and onto the card. So that's going to keep that nice and still. And then I build everything else up on top of it. So I'm putting on my shim, my magnet and my top plate, and we're going to pop that through the Gemini. So I'm cutting through, the reason I put my metal in is I'm cutting through 2 layers of card with that die. Now actually our dies in the Gemini are such good quality, I believe I don't need the metal in there. I believe it goes through the 2 layers anyway. But just for the speed of demonstrating, in case it didn't, I've popped it in as a belt and braces, just so that I don't have to do this twice, just in case, but although I know it would have, if that makes sense to everybody. So we peel that away, so you can see my little bit of tape there. That's my largest die, and what I've been able to create is this shaped, cutting through 2 layers, shaped card base. Now I don't stop there, because when I had to overlap it, what that's done is give me that lovely half fold inside with that shape, but I want the full shape on the outside. So what I do now is take out my metal, bring in another piece of card the same colour or contrast if you want to, build up your sandwich again and pop that through. Actually I could have built that up on my junior plates. I'm going to grab them out so we don't have to thread them through half on the long side. Because I didn't need it for the concept at that point. But so you could be using your Gemini, you could be using your Junior for this if you wanted to also. So I've just run that through again, and I've now got a full piece cut of that entire torn edge oval. And what I would do is take my tacky glue or my all-purpose. I've got my it helps if you open it up. I've got my tacky here. So I'm just doing a little bit of the tacky glue. And remember what I said earlier with tacky, less is more. So if I've put a little bit too much on in places, what I can do is just spread that out. There you go. And that's going to grab it. And the other thing to do with tacky glue is just give it a waff. Waff's a technical term. A waff is like this. Give it a waff. And what happens is it starts to dry, gets a little bit of a skin on, so that when you put your next piece on top, it grabs it more quickly. So then I just line up that there, line up my torn edge with my full piece that I've just cut, because it's a wet glue, and it's important that you do this with a wet glue, not with a tape, because the tape will grab it too quickly. I can slide that into place. I've got a few seconds of grace there. I can give it a good rub, and what I've been able to create now, look, is a beautiful shaped oval card, and using my nested dies. And I, because of the shape of this oval, can have that to stand up this way if I want to. There you go. We can stand it up like that, or we can look at the glue. The glues are always getting in on the act. They're always in the way. Or we can stand it up this way. I've got it on my glass mat, so I'm just going to hold it there for you. But you can stand it up on the long side as well. So that's making a regular card base, which is great.
Loads of questions and comments coming in. Julie says, one of our lovely previous craft ambassadors, Julie says, I use the smaller nesting dies and a hole punch through the top to make fab tags for presents. Great way of using them.
That is a fantastic idea.
Sonia saying that's the one that she uses a lot. Nandia saying she's gone through 2 layers of stamping card with these dies, no problem whatsoever. And Samantha saying as well that she loves the shape cards. George, shall I just quickly recap for you exactly what is included? I've got to find where I've put them, haven't I now? Here they are. I swear, I say people move things over here and come in and move things, but we're on lockdown, there's no one else in the studio, so it's definitely me that's moving things around here. So let me just quickly take you again through what you're getting. So you're going to get the stitch edge circle, you're going to get the turn edge circle, you're going to get the torn edge oval, the torn edge square, you've got the stitch edge square, you also have the scalloped edge circle, there's the scalloped edge oval, and finally as well there you've got the scalloped edge square. Now all of that should be over £100 if you're in the UK. It should be over $135 in the US. However, today that fantastic price, £40 or $55. So definitely snap it up whilst we've got this fabulous deal. Now, more inspiration on these from Leann. I think we're going to have to drag her away from these at some point in the show. I think she'd just go and go and go. We'd come back tonight at like 9 o'clock at the end of Cartload, and Leann will still be in here talking to herself, running these through the machine. She loves them that much.
You know me so well, Joe. You know me so well. I will absolutely be doing that because they are really usable and there is so much that you can do with them. We can't even touch the surface of what you can do with them. What I want to do now is I'm going to use this fabulous oval scallop again, and what I've took this time is my second frame and my fourth frame, and what we're going to have a look at is how to make a glittered frame, an actual frame to be used. Now, if you've been purchasing craft items for a while, you will know that the cost of purchasing pre-cut, die-cut... Oh, I need to face my dies down. I have them facing the wrong way. I need to cut into the plate. And actually, I'm going to do it on my junior plate as well. So let's just move that to the side.
Oh, Leann.
Sorry.
Big news.
Sorry.
Big news.
What's the big news? What's the big news?
I warned you about it, didn't I? And I pleaded with you at the start of this show that if you wanted it, you needed to get it.
You did.
The compendium is gone. It's sold out. We were meant to be showing you this at the end of this show. It was meant to be coming up into tonight's show with a demo section as well. But I knew it would sell out because it was so busy. Congratulations if you've got it. It is sold out and gone.
Wow. Well, I'm not surprised because it was ridiculous value. And when I told everybody, I know how much that it costs to make them. I think that was your clue to go and get it while somebody's made a grave mistake. Yes, so you can see what we've got here. I moved it. Just want to keep them still. So what I've done is I've used my tape to go across the card and the dies onto the plate to keep those two frame pieces exactly where I want them. You see, I've just eyeballed. I mean, you could get your ruler out if you wanted to, but I've used my second frame and my fourth frame here. And then I'm going to layer up my sandwich over the top. I don't need my metal, so I just need my two clears, my magnetic and my shim. And then I'm going to run this widthways. These are my junior plates, widthways through my Gemini, which means that they'll come out the other side a lot more quickly than a full set of Gemini plates. So if you have got a Gemini and you want to do your smaller, quicker projects, you can just get yourself a set of junior plates. Remove your tape, and then when we pick our two dies up, look what I've been able to create. I'm going to get a piece of white card so I can show you. I've been able to create a perfect glitter frame using my nesting dies, which I can then layer up and use and not have to purchase those horrible elements. Well, they're not horrible, they're lovely elements, but they cost a bomb is what I mean by them. And then you can see we've also got this other panel, which is the waste, that you can use on another project if you like. So you can make frames as well as you can your folded card bases and your little mat and layer stack that we seen earlier. Now we can make easel cards with our dies as well, Joe. Would you like to see that?
Oh, I would love to.
Okay, so should we, has anybody got any questions on the shaped
I don't know. Let's have a little look.
On the nesting dies.
Lots of you are loving it. A lot of you are talking about these. Any tips for cutting dies on the glitter card that has the self-adhesive backing on it?
Oh, I've got a piece of that here.
Okay, that's Andrea has struggles with that.
Okay, so look, I've got a piece of that here, and I'm just going to show you. I just found it before and I was looking for that other pink. Here we are, look. Self-adhesive. So should we cut that? Should we just do that now? And then you can see that, and then I'll show you how to make the easel card. Will that be helpful for everybody? So do you know what? I don't actually do anything different to what I do usually. If you are struggling with that, I forgot your name, I'm sorry, they'll remind me in a second. Then all you need to do, I believe, is pop in your metal shim in with your plates. Now, you don't say what kind of machine you're using, so what die cutting machine you've got to use at home, but if you are not using a Gemini, then that might be part of the problem, because you do get unrivaled pressure with your Gemini machine, which is why we find it very easy to do. But if you have got your Gemini and you've got a really piece of the thick self-adhesive stuff, just add in your metal shim and that will do it for you. And so you see, all I've done there is pop my metal shim in. I'm doing exactly as I did before, except with a piece of the self-adhesive, and you'll see that it just peels off, no problem at all. And then we'll have a quick look at how to make an easel card.
Wonderful. Very, very busy for this collection. Remember, £5 per die collection for nesting dies of this quality.
Pardon?
That's what it works out. You get 8 collections here for £40. £5 a collection.
Stop it.
I know.
Really? I hadn't even realised that. Joe, I thought you were getting 2 packets. I thought it was a choice of.
No, so you get all 8. And on average, I'd say there's probably 9 dies in each of these.
Well, one of these has got 10 in.
So 8 times 9 is 72. 72 divided by 40, or 40 divided by 72 is... Anyone? It's about 50p. 55 pence per die is what you're looking at. Unbelievable. If Sarah was here, she would call it tremendous value. Is that what that is?
She would call it tremendous value.
It's her birthday today. Happy birthday. Make sure you pop on over to her Facebook page and wish her a happy birthday.
So there you go. Look. So just by adding the metal in, I've now got a beautiful self-adhesive frame, and you can stick that on wherever you need it to go. So just add your metal in and you'll be able to make your self-adhesive toppers. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you. Right, now we're going to have a look at how to make an easel card. And so I'm going to get just a piece of my white cardstock here. I would get my scoreboard out.
Before you get into that, Leanne, I have got an apology for you.
Have you?
Yes, an apology from me to you, because you know I told you that this wasn't included in the vintage lace collection.
Yes.
It is. So it turns out everyone that's got the vintage lace collection, not only will you get the die set with the 6 dies, not only will you get the 2 lots of frames as well, and then not only will you get your freebies that I already showed you, you will also get these. So as well as getting, in the main collection, as well as getting the cardstock, the rub-ons, the satin ribbon free, you're also going to get that. Ta-da! You're going to get that embossing folder as well included. So, I mean, if you've already ordered it, you don't need to worry about it. If you're ordering it now, everyone gets it. You're saving more than you're spending on that. A fifth of the stock now as well of the vintage lace collection has gone. And this is just the preview, guys. And I know so many of you shop after this show as well. So who knows how much stock we're going to have left. Do you want to see a picture, Leanne?
Yes.
Oh, let's have a little look. See, Tracy sent us this one in.
Oh, wow.
How gorgeous is that?
That is superb.
That's her Schmetterling, which is the German word for butterfly.
Oh, I wondered what you were saying.
Yeah. It's one of my favourite German words. I've got a few. My favourite food word is Kartoffelpuffer.
What's that?
A Kartoffelpuffer. It's basically like a potato cake that you have at Christmas, like a hash brown. It's fried, and you either have it with applesauce or icing sugar. Kartoffelpuffer. Yeah, I love it.
I feel like I need to eat one, but I like the sound of it even better.
It also, don't forget as well, we're giving you all the Brucey bonuses today, as well of course you are getting that. Because you've spent over £30 or $30 on that collection, don't forget you'll get a free gift as well, because everyone who spends over £30 or $30 today will get a free gift, which I just think is, just a little bit of something extra from us to you. It's very kind of us, Leanne, isn't it?
It is very kind. And I've got that folder.
Go on, do it now.
Come on, let's have a look.
Go road,
I was desperate to show you before. When you see how amazing this is, if you were on the fence, you're going to get right off the fence, because it truly is 3D. Oh dear me. Helps
what
you put the right. It's me. I haven't put the right sandwich in, Joe. Honestly, you can't get the stuff. It's because I was too excited. I
could do with a sandwich. It's lunchtime now.
Let's do it again. Nobody's seen that.
No one saw it.
That wasn't a craft expert put in the wrong place through the thing she developed. No, never happens. Here we go. Look at this. Look at the quality. Can you see? Look at that. How amazing. Look, I'm just going to bend that over so you can see the light. It's just a piece of white card. I'll do it later on some other card. And look at that. Look at the quality of that emboss and the design. This is the design. It's truly, you just need it in your stash. So I love that particular embossing folder. Back to
You're going to be doing, a little birdie tells me you're going to be doing a lot of embossing for us in the latest show, Leanne.
A lot. a lot. And
a Laura embossing.
A Laura embossing. And if you've been on tenterhooks waiting to find out about my toilet roll technique, you need to tune in at tonight's show.
We'll be calling you Lou Roll Leanne after the show later.
Yeah, call me Lou Roll Leanne. I'm okay with that. Because I'm going to be showing you my embossing, my toilet roll technique.
If you can get toilet roll at the moment, then...
Yes, I mean, obviously...
I think it's all good now. It's in the shops again.
Well, I think I've been able to buy toilet roll. If you're running out, I wouldn't recommend. Keep it till later, unless you want to use pretty embossed toilet roll.
Or you may have a bidet. You never know.
You never know. But I'm going to be showing you that tonight, and honestly, you're going to love it. You really are going to love it. Now, what I've just done for speed to show you is I've got a half-fold card here, and then exactly as I did for my little card base before, I hung it over the edge and I cut it out. Okay, so that's what I've got there, just for the speed of what we've got. So I've got that there for you. Now what I want to cut is 2 full pieces, because I've got 2 different little styles of card here I can show you. And so I've got 2 pieces of card there, popping my die in the centre. I've got my metal because I'm going through 2 pieces. Again, and as Nandia said to you earlier there in the comments, I don't always use the metal at home with this, because I find that these dies go through 2 layers without. But just for belt and braces, so I don't have to do it twice while we're here chatting, I do just stick the metal in.
Belt and braces is not a term I've heard before.
Belt and braces?
No.
You not?
No, never.
So, oh my word, it must be a northern thing then.
I think it must be.
So
I feel like I'm practically northern now. I've been here, at least 4 weeks, 3 weeks living up here now.
Yeah. You want to... Have you not had a ham and peas pudding stotty?
Not yet. My producer Laura keeps telling me, she keeps promising me a ham and peas pudding stotty, but she's not come through yet.
You have got to have a ham and peas pudding stotty in your life. Truly you have.
There's no pea in peas pudding. I couldn't get this. I thought it was a pudding made of peas.
No, it's like a thick cold dal.
Maybe Master Chef wouldn't be the show for you. What's this you've done here? Oh, it's a thick cold dal.
It's a thick cold dal. But it's delicious. But it is very much like a thick cold dal. But it is delicious. So I've got
That's sorry. Really funny.
Honestly, I'm sorry, but that's what it is. And I'm not the most eloquent of people.
Oh, you really are, though. That's why it's so surprising.
I'm not the most eloquent. So
I read an email from you the other day, and I had to Google what the word meant afterwards. So you've definitely got a good. Good
was that a plum?
It was indeed. Yes.
I do like the word aplomb every now and again. Aplomb means style, class, with je ne sais quoi, with, with aplomb.
With saucisson.
With your saucisson. So what I've done is I cut through the 2 layers with my metal die, with it off the edge. And then what I've done, you see on my box board here, I've just done a solid black line down so I can see where I'm lining it up. And then on one half of that, I've lined it up, and then I've just scored a line down the front of that card, okay? So that will fold like that. That's what I've done. This is to create my easel. Then what I've done, you've just seen, is me cut another piece here, a full piece, and you would glue that to the bottom half. You'll see there. Oh, we'll turn it around. So can you see it up above? Where we're looking. There we are. So you've got your half piece there. There we go. And then you would take your little square that you've just cut out in full, and you would glue that to the bottom piece, which then creates your easel card for you. So you can do that with all of the shapes of nesting dies that you've got in that collection, your custom easel cards. If you don't want it to be an easel card, but you just want it to stand up like a tent card, I've just cut 2 pieces the same, and then fold one in half, and then you just glue that to the front. And when it's glued to the front, it means it's got a little stand at the back, so you can stand it up if you want. This is good for place cards and name cards for wedding tables and things, Joe, to decorate them up. So you've got the little stand at the back, so it just gives it that little easel shape. So you've got that there.
Fabulous.
So that's just a few of the little bits and bobs you can do with nesting dies, and there's loads more.
Absolutely. Get your order in now. I'm sure we'll take another look at those in the later show as well. So definitely get your order in now. Make sure you've got it on the way to you. £40 gets you all of these. So you've got the stitch edge circle. You have got the torn edge circle, the torn edge oval, the torn edge square, the stitched square, the scalloped circle, the scalloped oval. There is also the scalloped square. Now it's not a choice. It's not like you have to pick which ones you want. You get absolutely all of them for this fantastic price, and you'd get that free gift. Remember as well, because you're spending over £30 or $30. All I will say is about the free gift is you just have to make sure that it's £30 or $30 after your discount has been subtracted. So if it's like 31 and you've got a 20% saving, then it's not going to be enough. You need to make sure it is after that discount has been taken off. Now, talking about Club Inspire and discounts, if you're new to us, you might not know what it is. Here is the lovely Sarah to guide us through all things Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
Loads of love there for all things Club Inspire. Remember, you get that free gift and you can still use all of your Club Inspire discount. I'm just having a look in here. Anne, you know Anne that loves my air horn? Oh, Anne, seeing as you're in, I thought I'll give you just a quick toot.
Is that
Sorry. Anne hates hates my hair.
Oh, does she?
I'm trying to condition her a little bit though. I feel like if I keep tooting it, then maybe, you know, it'll be fine. She's going to be giving me hell now in the compliments. In the compliments. They're not compliments.
Comments.
The comments. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I've got that Thursday feeling, guys. Anne thought it was peas porridge. She thought it was. People are, it's setting we're breaking the internet with all the peas pudding talk.
There's a nursery rhyme, you know, Joe, for peas pudding.
About peas pudding.
Yeah. Peas pudding hot, peas pudding cold, peas pudding in the pot 9 days old. Some like it hot, some like it cold. Peas pudding in the pot 9 days old.
Wow. What a beautiful nursery rhyme.
I mean, that's going to put everybody's baby to sleep, that, isn't it? It's a northeastern thing, I'm sure, but it's a true story. My gran used to sing it to me. A little tear in my eye. I don't know why your peas pudding's in your pot 9 days, because I think you wouldn't want to eat it. Probably have green fur on
Probably be fizzy after 9 days.
No idea, but there you go. It's a northeastern thing.
We are having a really, really busy cartload. We're going to have to press on though. I mean, I had a lot of fun in the last hour and a half. It's been lovely. It really has. I want to show you these circle sentiment dies. Now, they're always busy whenever we bring them to you. When we bring them to you on a half price deal, shut the front door, shut the back door and put the bins out. £15.98 to get you all 4 of these. So this one here is your good luck. Now, I absolutely adore this card that's been made with this. And I think what it shows you is with these, you can create something really simple yet super effective just by using not a lot there, because what you're getting is getting the outside sentiment die, you're getting the sort of matte layer, if you will, you've got the stamp you can use, then you've got the die to cut out the stamp beautifully as well, so you're getting the sympathy one there as well. My tummy is really rumbling, apologies if you can hear it. We've also got congratulations there as well. It rumbled so hard I thought I'd set off the like a quake monitor. I saw it was like 2.1 on the Richter scale, and he moved it. It rumbled that hard. You've got congratulations here as well, and this is one's been done just using a little tag instead, which is another great way of using these. And then you've got feel better as well, and again a great way of using it. A really little concept, great maybe as well, Leanne, for people that are fairly new to die cutting. Maybe you've just got the mini or something like that and you want to make really effective projects. This is definitely for what, $15.98. It's going to allow you to do that, isn't it? It's perfect.
And I think the reason circle sentiments are so fabulous is because they're so easy to use. And also, as you said, Joe, because they're very, very simple and they're lovely, easy shapes, and it conveys a sentiment. Especially, I think the with sympathy one in there, because you know it's difficult to know what to put on a with sympathy card sometimes, and just being able to do it in a couple of contrasting colours, let the sentiment speak for itself. Maybe put the little image inside, and you've conveyed everything you want to say, but you've done it in a really understated, classy way where you know you haven't had to really overdo it. And so, actually talking about that, that's the kind of thing that I've got here for you now, and we're going to use the With Sympathy die, and I'm going to cut it out of 2 different colours of card. So I've got a cut from white and I've got a cut from blue. Before I do that, just let's mat and layer this little gatefold card up that I've got here so that it's ready. So I've already done the inside, just got some pretty flower paper in there. You will have a ridiculous amount of papers in your stash at home, I'm sure, and this kind of little card, this little kind of let's tell you how big this is, because I can't even remember. This is 5 by 6, so a lovely little 5 by 6 gatefold card. You're going to have lots of little pieces of paper that you haven't used in your scrapbox. This is a great way of using them up, and then just using one of those lovely little sentiments while they're on such a good deal to work with and give you the little bit of wow on the front of the card. So I've just got a couple of pieces of lovely textured cardstock from one of our Crafters Companion textured pads here, and I'm just putting those on the front of my gatefold to start. Because remember, if you're new, my top tip to brand new crafters is get a good guillotine, get a good paper trimmer, get a good set of scissors, and then always mat and layer, mat and layer, mat and layer, because it frames everything. We've got news coming in that I didn't know about. 20% off the small guillotine today. That's the one I've been using. This is my go-to. It's only £19.50 today, and $27.50. Oh my word, that is fantastic value for money with 20% off. I didn't even know that, guys. But it is my top tip. Get a really good guillotine or a really good pair of scissors. While you've got 20% off that today, fling it in your basket and get it, because it is an amazing guillotine. It is so precise, and it's how I'm able to cut my perfectly straight mats and layers in my card and my colours here, and what makes things look handmade rather than homemade. It just adds a little bit of professionalism to your project. Definitely get the guillotine. I didn't even know that. So my little card base is all ready for you. And now we're going to cut this circle sentiment die. And so I'm going to cut it down into my plate, because I do like to cut down. So I've got my little piece of white card and I've got my little bit of blue card, and we're going to cut it twice. So here is my With Sympathy circle die. And let's just do it on the blue one to start, and then build my sandwich up over the top. So I've got my shim, I've got my magnetic, and I've got my other clear plate, and I'm just going to pass that through. And I'm using my junior plates in my Gemini machine, because the junior plates are the right size to go long ways through your Gemini, if that's what you've got. So you just get a quicker, speedier result. Hey, look what I did. Look, Joe Sackers. Look what I did. Can you believe what I did? What am I like? I put the die here where there was no card, and the card there, and I cut it. What was that all about? That wasn't, my word, I'm ashamed of myself. Let's try. It's because I'm chin wagging, and I was overexcited about the fact that I just found out, Joe, that there's 20% off the guillotine, off the small guillotine. I didn't know that.
Definitely get one of those in your basket.
Amazing little tool. It really is.
Oh, Carol says that her guillotine came yesterday, and wow, I will never have another brand ever again.
Oh,
says it all, doesn't
Carol, thank you so much for that.
That is a gorgeous blue colour on that circle, Leanne. I love my large guillotine. I don't have the small, but I've been thinking I need one. Well, maybe today is the day then, Sonia, in that case. Lynn Harvey says, peas pudding is going off in the comments. Lynn's done a bit of research, said it is split yellow peas with water, salt and spices. There we are. I don't think our American viewers are quite getting their head around the peas pudding concept. Oh, apparently it is called peas porridge in the US.
Oh.
No, we're not. I never thought that I would ever spend one show talking so much about a vegetable-based spread.
Well, I mean, so I'm going to tell you about, I'll just tell you about this first, and then I'll tell you about this. Actually, if you live in the Craggs household, which was my maiden name,
right.
my mum makes the best peas pudding in the world ever, and warm out of the pan when she's just made it. Oh my word. But my mum makes it with a ham hock in. So you've got the lovely ham flavour, and then she shreds it. You get the odd little bit of ham in there, like from a gammon joint, a gammon knuckle. It's a taste sensation. That would work on MasterChef, just so you know. Now, did you see how I just got my die out there? I dropped it again, and the With Sympathy just jumped out the die. That was an example of what I like to do there. And then what I just want to show you is you get your little dies in here as well to do your little mats and layers, okay, that go inside your With Sympathy, which is great. But actually, to get one bigger than the first die to work with your things can be tricky. Keep the waste out of the middle of your way. Don't throw that away, because when you keep that then works perfectly as a mat and layer for there if you want to. And I did that with my blue one. So this is the waste from my blue one, and then I cut that white one, and it gave me the perfect mat and layer size. So keep your little bits of waste out the centre, because they're very usable as well. Don't put them in the bin, okay? So now let's just put the whole thing together. So I've got my, I'll tell you what I have got. I've got my little, what's he called? A flower. That's what he's called. I've got my little flower, and you would line up your die and cut that out. I'm not going to, because I'm just going to show you how the whole thing goes together. I've got other things to show you, but there's the little die, look. Just goes over the top there like that. Cut it out, and then you've got your extra little topper, which you'll see in a second. All right, so now let's just put the card together, because it goes together in a really unique way. What I'm going to do is layer up my blue With Sympathy on top of my white with Sympathy, but I'm just going to offset it a little bit, and what it gives me is that lovely drop shadow. It makes the sentiment look 3D. So I'm going to do that with my little tacky glue top tip from earlier, and I'm just going to put some tacky glue. You can do it on your glass mat if you want, it doesn't have to be on your hand. That might be a little bit much, but fortunately I have got a microfiber cloth in my apron.
I just need to update you on a few bits whilst you're doing that, Leanne. Just how busy things are. The vintage lace, over a fifth of the stock of the vintage lace collection sold out and gone just on this preview. And America's still sleeping, so I mean, we're going to have an extremely busy Cartload main show this evening. Also, just hearing hundreds of you in the preview already have gone for the nesting die collection. Very, very, very busy on that. I think if you want to guarantee you can get hold of them, I'd definitely get your order placed sooner rather than later on that. And these circle sentiments are very busy. Remember, you're getting all 4 of them, $15.98. That's like, what, £4 per collection, which is fabulous value for money. So, yeah, I just want to keep you abreast of that. A lot of people talking still about peas pudding. It seems to be the theme of the show now, doesn't it? Diane Schofield says, I used to do skipping in the playground at school to the peas pudding rhyme. I'm guessing it's the 9 days old one. I'm not sure, but I mean, I wouldn't want to place money on it.
I don't think there's any other peas pudding rhyme.
No,
I think that is the peas pudding rhyme.
The go-to.
Yeah.
You know, forget rap. Back in the day,
if
you had beef ting with someone, you'd you'd bust out the peas pudding rhyme.
You absolutely would. You really would. That would sort out your beef ting, no problem. Wouldn't it, Joey, on my word? The things we managed to talk about.
Wow.
Now, you see, I've managed to stick that together using the little back of the hand glue technique, and I've got that lovely drop shadow on my sentiment now. I'm just going to have that partially on my card here, so I only want to get the glue on this side of the with Sympathy, which is why we need to just do it on the back of your hand. So you've got in the half there, so I'm just popping that on there so it doesn't stick it down, so you can see there, popping the wee Sympathy with Sympathy down. So that's there. And then I'm going to build up my mats and layers here with my other little pieces. So I've got my waist from when I cut my with Sympathy out. That's going to create my first mat and layer. Then I've got the mat and layer I've cut with a lovely pierced edge. That is actually a die in the set. So that's getting stuck here with a little bit of all-purpose. Then I've got my next little white circle. Now where's that? No, I've done the same size again, so we'll just do it like this. And then I've got my lovely little flower, which I've stamped and cut out, and you get the stamp and the die in this collection. So that's going to go in the centre of here. And then what I'm going to do is just exactly as I did with the With Sympathy, I'm just putting a little bit of glue on one half of this topper at the back there, and then just give that a little rub around, but don't let it go into the second half because you don't want this to stick where you don't want it. So give it a little wipe, as you can see there. Pop this down and then stick this on the other side of the With Sympathy topper so it comes through. So you see I managed to peel that up, so I've got that in the right place now. And what happens is when that all dries, what we've got is that in the perfect centre there of the With Sympathy, but when you open it up, they interlock.
Wow, that's such a
really
effective technique, isn't it?
Look at that. So you've created that little interlocking. Sorry, just get you. That's still moving because it's still wet. Let it dry before you interlock it. Well, here's my dry one from earlier. Look, so you can see that once they're dry, they're not going to move, and they interlock. Isn't that lovely? And it's just a nice way of conveying sometimes a difficult sentiment.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's loads of different ways that you can use those as well. Loads of inspiration for them. 15% of the nesting dies are sold out and gone. We had a big stock of that. So we'll be spending a lot more time on those in the later show. Just recap again what you're getting included. It is a half price deal with the circle sentiments, remember. So you've got in here, you've got Good Luck, which is going to allow you to create gorgeous little projects such as this one here. You've also then got as well With Sympathy. This is the one that Leanne's just taken us through. You've got Congratulations here as well. Just doing these in different colourways gives them a really different feel. Remember, if you want to colour up that stamped image, then absolutely you've got room to do that as well. And then you've got Feel Better. They should be $7.99 each. However, you're paying for 2 and we are sending you 4 today, which makes them amazing value for money. Now, should we have a look at the Spring Is in the Air? Because we've got all the great savings for you today. What I'm loving about today's show is that we're talking about great savings on products that you love. Vintage lace, nesting dyes, now Nature's Garden as well, which is always so incredibly popular whenever we bring out these new collections. So great to get this. It's almost half price. It's a badger's eyelash short. A fly's eyelash. I called it a wasp's eyelash yesterday. A fly's eyelash short of being a half price deal, this one. Let me take you through what you get included. So you're going to get the beautiful stamp and die with a watering can. I love this. I think it is super, super cute. Great for getting all your colouring mediums involved in here as well. You're then going to get the stamp set. Now, it's the Spring is in the Air stamp set. This is the main focal stamp from it that's been stamped out to create that image there. You also get some sentiments and some embellishment stamps to go along with that as well. This one here is let me just pop these ones down for a second so I can show you this properly. This one here is the doily border, so it makes a really lovely border. Great if you want to use that for a mask to do things like your spritzes through as well. Fanciful Flourishes is another one that you've got here. And I know, I think sometimes these small flourishes don't look like much when you see them like this, but you can make wonderful corners out of them, which means you can make frames out of them. If you can make wreaths out of them as well, so you can really multi-cut them and arrange them in different ways to get something fantastic. Talking of frames, we've also got the doily frame as well in this collection here for you too, so another great way of using it. Life is Beautiful is this one just here. Life is a beautiful dream. It's going to cut the sentiment for you, and it's also going to cut the matte layers too, because you've got that removable outside edge there, which is fantastic. So really usable dies, lots of different ways of using them. Lots of you have gone for this already. Lots of you will already have this. If you've got this collection, the Spring is in the Air collection, do let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you think of it. But £25 today or $30 means that you're going to get a fabulous deal. I want to recap also the paper collection for you, the paper and card collection. Now it's the brights, and they really are some gorgeous real primary colours. You've got a mixture of cards and papers within here, and you've really got something for everyone. You've got a gorgeous colour palette within there. $5.99 gets you one of these, or $9.99 in the US. However, if you want to go for two, you can get two for £10 or for $16. A lot of you multi-ordering. I can see a lot of you going for 4s and 6s of those. Absolutely you can, because they are not a one per customer. Now, talking of things that are very, very busy and very popular, mystery bags. You guys absolutely love the mystery bags. Are we going to have enough left, Laura, for tonight's show? So a lot of the stock of this is already gone. So we did bring this back, and a lot of you missed out on it when we had it on the shows on Monday. So we've brought it back for you again. Now, what you're going to get in here is one of our large foil stamp dies. Now, this is one of the background ones, and these are normally $24.99 on their own. You're only paying £25 for the whole bag. So really, if you're looking for something that's great value, pay for this and you get the rest of it free. We're going to send you a frame. Now, obviously, it will be a contents may vary because it is a mystery bag, but you'll get one of every type of product that I'm showing you. You'll get one of our wonderful sentiment dies. You'll get one of our borders and corners. You'll get one of our embellishments. And you'll also get a couple of foils within there as well. What I can guarantee you is you'll get at least £90 or $90 worth of value for £25 or for $30, which is absolutely fantastic. And a lot of you have gone for that. It's been very, very busy in this preview show, as have all of those nesting dies. Remember, we had the vintage lace in the show last night as well. There's bits in the show that the bits in tonight's show that you haven't seen yet. So I know there's 2 embossing folder collections that are going to be coming up later tonight that you haven't seen. We'll of course recap on the deals that we've already showed you. Maybe we'll show you a bit more of crafting inspiration. We won't be showing you the compendium because that has sold out and gone. So congratulations if you got that. There's more stamps and dies as well in tonight's show. So definitely, if you've loved this show, come back and get even more inspiration on the products we've shown you. And there's some more products that you won't have seen yet. However, if you do want to get ahead, absolutely everything is available right now over on the website. crafterscompanion.whereveryouare.co.uk if you're here in the UK, .com in the US, or .eu if you're anywhere else in Europe. But I think Leanne is over there like a coiled spring ready for her next demonstration, so I'm going to hand you back.
Tell you what is like a coiled spring, Joe. My hair. Honestly, I'm desperate for a proper haircut and some dye. My roots are horrendous. Oh my word. Anyway, what I've started to do is just put a lovely folded card together. So I've got a lovely half fold, just 5-inch square card here. I've got a piece of this gorgeous orange cardstock, which is just from our Crafters Companion pads, which we've had them before.
Oh, what? Cardstock on the show as well.
These ones?
Yeah.
Oh my word.
20% off those.
20%. They're my go-to. They're my go-to. They're the things that's on my craft desk because the colours of cardstock in those 3 different pads, the bright, the pastel and the neutral, there's something for every style of craft.
$11.99 today or $15.96 for those. 20% off as well.
What, each?
For each, $11.99 each, yeah. How fabulous.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Really good value. So I've just used a piece of paper from my stash, and you see I've done my mat and layer because I do love to do that. And then what we're going to cut now is this gorgeous border, which I adore, from this Nature's Garden collection. And the reason I love this is very similar to the reason I love the one in the Vintage Lace collection as well, Joe, because it is so usable and so pretty that it's not just about this Nature's Garden collection, it's just a gorgeous border that's going to be usable. Doesn't matter what you're crafting or what you're doing at home. It's like it's building up your little go-to collection of things that are the perfect size with lovely detail that go across whatever it is you're crafting with. Really lovely.
I need to give you a stock update on the nesting dies. A fifth of the stock now of the nesting dies have sold out and gone. They were really busy when we were on them. Hundreds of you grabbed them, but as we've come off of them, more and more of you are jumping to the website, and that is all of them have already checked out. So there's a lot of you with them sat in baskets at the moment, but they are very, very busy. I think we knew they would be at that price, didn't we, Leanne?
Oh yes, absolutely. And do you know what? I mean, it's a fantastic price, but actually they're just an amazing product. So to get an amazing product at a fantastic price, I mean, what's not to love, really? Now look at that. I'm just going to get a piece of white card here because I just want you to see. Oh, you're seeing the roots. Gosh, they're terrible. Look how lovely that is. Look how filigree. It fell out of the die. That is a beautiful design there in that little collection. It's gorgeous and very, very usable. I love it. So this is going to get laid up now on the side of my little card there, and it stands out lovely, doesn't it? And I'm just going to use the, in fact, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get one of my favourites out, Joe.
Oh.
I went for a little walk there. Back on my step again. Stick and stay.
Stick and stay.
We're going back to our roots here because Stick and Stay is a fantastic spray adhesive. It's always on our website. It is absolutely one of my go-tos. If you don't want to do the back of your hand glue technique, if you've got sensitive skin, for example, and you don't want to do that, and you've got a detailed die that you want to stick down, get our Stick and Stay in your life, because this is a permanent spray adhesive. And all I do is give it a little, you see, just a couple of little. It wasn't a big, I'll do a demonstration for you in a minute when you can see us. I'll just stick this down. And I'll show you what a pst is rather than a pst, because you just need a couple of little psts with it.
Bursts.
Bursts, that's a good word. Thank you, bursts. Now look, for a 5-inch card, look how beautiful that is. And I've been able, no glue sticking through, beautiful edge-to-edge adhesion with just our Stick and Stay there to get that really detailed die down. That's another way you can do that if you would like to. So I've got that, and then I've got a couple of pieces here. Do I want to use them or not? No, I don't think I do. Yes, I do. So I'm going to use these now. So I've got these are just scrap pieces, and I like to do this when you've got your lovely cardstock at home and you're layering up, and you've chopped pieces off and you've got them in your bit box. Just think about using them as little accents on top of your paper, as I'm doing here. So you see, I've been able to do that there. And then what we've got here is those lovely little accents that are in there as well. So these are tiny. Now imagine getting your glue on the back of those. And if you don't want to do the back of your hand technique, again, that could be tricky. So I've cut those out. Those are the little dies that come in the collection. And with my Stick and Stay, again, a couple of little psts, just little tiny little ones. And then they're going to get stuck here. And you see how I'm just using the different colours of card. I hadn't even realised there was a good deal on that cardstock. Just using the different colours of cardstock as a contrast. Layering those up. I'm overlapping them because I'm going to put something over the top of them. So overlapping those. And then I've got my little topper here. Now this is just one of the die cut toppers that I had left over from the pad, but in that collection you've got some lovely stamps and some lovely dies, so you could use one of those. So I've got my little topper there, that's great. And then finally what I just want to show you is this fabulous little watering can. So you've got this set in your collection as well, which I adore. I'm just looking for my collection, where have I put it? Here it is, there it is. So you've got your watering can and your die that matches. So I've cut my watering can out, and then I've got my stamp here. So I just run it through on some regular stamping card, and then I've got my little stamp and my little platform. Pop my little stamp on there, and then I've got a lovely contrast colour of ink here. This is my quick dry, and I've got orange. So lots of light tapping of my quick dry orange. There we go.
Tapping or pouncing?
Tapping.
Okay.
Tapping.
Just, I don't want to get my taps and my pounces
don't get
confused.
your taps and pounces wrong. Pouncing is when you're putting your ink on with your eggs.
Right.
Tapping's when you're putting your ink onto your stamp.
Okie doke.
And pst is when you're putting your stick and spray onto your... I do love a sound effect, what can I say? So now I've just lined that up to my little watering can, you can see there, and then I'm just stamping that down with my quick dry ink. And then I've got a lovely little die cut watering can that's coloured with my quick dry that I can pop onto my topper there if I want to. And you could do it with a darker colour ink if you want, but I'm just doing it with this nice light colour because I think it makes just a little bit of a statement. I'm going to do one more because I've got another card to show you. So I've cut a couple of these out, so I'm just going to stamp a couple. There we go. That one's lined up a little bit better, so we might use that one. And then what I like to do sometimes, just to take the harsh edge off, and also because it makes it look less like something that you have just stamped, just to give it that little bit of extra colour, is just to take the edge of my ink pad there, look, and just go around and take the harsh edge off your watering can, and it kind of colours it in for you and makes it look, without you having to colour it in yourself, makes it look like it's a designer topper. Look at the difference between the two. Look how
lovely.
that stands out, that one disappears. And that's just by taking your ink around the edge. Okay, so you can do that too. And then we'll just 3D glue gel this up. So you've got lovely little elements there. I mean, I love a watering can. And I do when I'm doing baby shark when I do use watering cans on my cards for my mother-in-law a lot because she's a keen gardener, and then what I do is I make little foam flowers. I cut a hole in and I stick the little foam flowers in. So if you've got your foam flowering kits in previous collections when we've been doing these shows for you, that looks lovely. And oh yes, in your vintage lace collection earlier, you had those lovely foam flower dies in there. You could do that with your watering can. Everything on this show, and then make your little shaped card, your little shaped easel, use them on there. Everything works together, so it's a brilliant way of just getting all the stuff you need in your stash to use together with everything else you've got and everything on the show. And there we are. Wonderful. That's what you can do with the Nature's Garden collection.
How gorgeous is that? Let's just quickly take a moment to recap that Nature's Garden collection, everything that you're getting included in there, because remember, you're getting that wonderful doily border in there. You've got that watering can stamp and die that Leanne just showed us. You've got the stamp set as well. The stamp set is called Spring is in the Air. You've then got as well the Fanciful Flourishes, which is that one there. You've also got the doily frame as well, and then what you've got are these beautiful Life is Beautiful, so those nice dies to give you that beautiful sentiment element as well. All of that for £25 or $30 almost, a horse's nostril short of being a 50% saving on that one there. Only about a horse's nostrils big, about that big, aren't they? Who knows? Anyway, I need to recap the apron. So busy on this. I know it is here in the UK, or if you're in Europe, if you're not in America, basically it's exclusive to us here at Crafters TV. Oh, look, there's two of me. Were you when you thought one was enough? Oh, that's all you need. Well, this is exclusive to us here at Crafters TV, so it's just a little thank you from us to you. We got this for you. One of our previous craft ambassadors, Mary from Tennessee, has sent us in a picture of her in her apron. And she's got a mug. Now, we haven't got the mug yet. Yet. Is that a yet, Leanne? That's
yet.
A yet. Okay, cool. watch this space. And also, Julia sent us in a picture. She looks pleased as punch to be in her apron and have her mug there as well. That is a really fabulous. Look at all those kitchen gadgets, Leanne.
I have got kitchen gadget envy there.
I'd love to know what you've got there. Oh, I do love a kitchen gadget,
Me too.
Right, should we just have a recap? We're out of time. Where has it gone?
I have no idea, Joe. I can't believe that the last 2 hours have gone.
Should we do it again later?
Yeah, let's do it again later.
In about 6 hours' time?
Yeah,
is that all right with you?
That'd be fun. Yeah, good with me.
Fantastic. Let's do that then. Now, I want to recap everything that was in this show. Remember, we've already had sellouts, and this is just the preview. The compendium completely went and gone. All of those nesting dice. Some people collect nesting dice for years to get a collection as comprehensive as this. You're able to get it now in one hit for £40 or $55. Remember, if you're spending over £30 or $30, you're going to get that free gift as well. So you'll get a little free gift from us to you in there. The Circle Sentiments, these have been so busy for such a long time, but I don't ever remember seeing them on a half price deal. They should be $7.99 each. You can own all of them today for $15.98 in the UK or $25.90 if you are in the US. A third of the stock of the vintage lace has gone just in the preview. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose another third before the show tonight, and then it goes, because that's the way that it goes when we bring you these great collections. In here, you've got absolutely everything that you need. You can see there you've got the frames, you've got the dies, you've got the embossing folder, you've also got the ribbon, you've got the paper, you've got the rub-ons. It's all in there. Amazing value, saving way more than you're spending, £50 or $59. Now, Aqua Blends, these are going to be on a little bit later tonight. A great collection of these with your watercolour card pad. You've got an ink pad. Leanne will take us through this in more depth in the later show. £35 or $49 gets you those. Now, I know how excited Leanne is for the embossing. Now, there's two collections. So you've got Leanne's favourite embossing folder collection, which is this one. Sarah's Signature Nature's Garden in there as well. You've got a little bit of everything in that one. £25 or $35. And then we have another collection for you as well. I'll talk you through that in the later show. Crafters Inspiration, we've got that available for you. So if you want to go for that with the free die set, you can. $19.98 is what you normally pay, for the free die set, but you've got the whole thing included there as well. Loads to tune in for later tonight. We'll see you back 7 p.m. in the UK or 2 p.m. on the East Coast. We need to wish someone a happy birthday though. It is Sarah's birthday today. Happy birthday, Sarah!
Yay, happy birthday, Sarah!
So anyway, goodbye from me, goodbye from Leanne as well, and we'll see you back here tonight at 7 p.m. Bye!